Hi, today we are going to be talking about the product review assignment that you're going to be assigned. As we end up our technology unit, the last thing we're going to do is one more piece of writing where you are going to review a topic that has to do with technology. So this video is going to help you preview the entire assignment and discuss steps 2 and 3. So I'm going to read this together with you. It says product review assignment, directions and steps. The number of available technology products is endless. We have done a ton of reading, talking, and thinking about whether or not our use is healthy or helpful or unhealthy or harmful. Your task is to select one technological product and review it. Share with others its benefits and drawbacks. You will need to use and show your understanding of the argument format as well. It's going to pull everything together. You will share your product review by typing your paper on the assigned Google Doc assigned to you in Schoology, which won't be until a little later. So here are your steps for working. I kind of like to show you where you're going as you go, and you should always preview the entire project and the scoring guide. That's what a smart student will do at the beginning, and then you're going to go back and take it one step at a time. So step 1 actually is read the assignment over and preview the scoring guide. So I'm just going to scan it, and then I'm going to come back to the scoring guide. You're going to start with brainstorming topics, or in other words, products. Then you're going to narrow down your brainstormed list and figure out what is the one that you could really write a paper about. Then you're going to read some examples of other product reviews so you have a really good clear picture in your mind of what your final paper is going to look like. Then you're going to start figuring out brainstorming. Like once you have your product, what are the pros and the cons? What are the good things? What are you going to argue? And what are those counter arguments going to be? Next, then you're going to figure out what are the best ideas that you brainstorm. So you're probably going to brainstorm more ideas than you actually use. Then you are on step 6, you're going to outline your paper. So you're going to figure out actually figure out what's the wording for your claim and thesis. What are your best ideas? How are you going to elaborate on them? And this is going to be the space for you to put your ideas down. Then you're going to write your rough draft, and I'm going to have these examples for you to review just to kind of get, this is what it's going to look like in the end, clear in your mind. After you review, or after you write the rough draft, you're going to revise and edit it, and this is a checklist that's going to help you make sure you have all of the different points that are first going to make a good paper and second going to get you a good grade. And then you are going to actually click that submit button in Schoology so that I know it is ready to be graded. Now if I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and the second part of step 1 is to look at the scoring guide. And it's linked here. That's why it says click this link in that blue text. So here is the scoring guide. Let me just make it a little bit bigger for you so it's easier to see. It looks like you're going to have 3 categories. So you're going to write your product here and the claim statement here. Well, actually, this will be online. But the choices that I'm going to have is you totally get what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about introduction, you nailed it. What I'm thinking that you should be able to do and what you're showing me that you can do is perfectly aligned. You might have a sort of get it, like, yeah, you're kind of on track, but it's not quite spot on. And then it's like, oh my gosh, like, no, you don't even have an introduction. You're going to get put in this category. And sometimes people are in between. Don't get it and a sort of get it, or in between a sort of get it and a got it. So that's why they have those points there. But you're going to have a really strong introduction that has a clever hook, gives a little bit of background information, has a clear claim statement. And then I'm going to grade you on each of your body paragraphs. The first one is going to be your first argument idea. It should be a strong idea that supports your claim. You should have multiple details, reasons, examples, or explanations directly connected to the main idea of this paragraph. The body paragraph 2 is a repeat. You're going to do the same thing with your second idea. Body paragraph number 3 is going to be a little bit different. You're going to have your counter argument. What is, if a smart, reasonable person could probably disagree, maybe they don't think that product is good. What is the best reason or the strongest reason why somebody might say, yeah, that's not a good product? So strong counter-argument against the main claim includes some details, reasons, examples, or explanations directly connected to the main idea of this paragraph, this counter-argument or objection. And within this paragraph, you're going to give your rebuttal. You have to directly address that really strong reason why somebody might not like or might not want to buy that product. And then you're going to have a conclusion. You'll wrap up the ideas, that they're reviewed well. Your claim statement is restated in a slightly new way. And then you're going to get some scoring on your editing, almost no mistakes in capitalization, grammar, usage, punctuation, spelling, and sentence structure. And then I have some formatting expectations here, which will all be set up in the template when you get to that part. So going back to the directions, that is step 1. Check that off your list. Step 2 is going to be due today. Below, list at least 10 technology products you use regularly or know a lot about. Consider devices, apps, systems, games, features. It can be anything connected to technology, which is very broad. It does not matter if you don't have a phone. It doesn't have to be phone related. It could be, you've got a Roomba at home, or you've got, it could be even streaming devices or anything that you use that is connected to technology. It could be, a feature in a car that you know of or something like that. And so you're going to list 10 here. And I always have a link to what am I talking about, so that if you are learning from home or if you forgot from class, this is what I expect to see, at least 10 different things. So this has 10 different ideas that are listed. Then you're going to narrow down that list. After you list 10 or more in the box above, highlight one idea you would like to use for your product review. It's okay that you could change your mind right now. Like, what are you thinking? Keep in mind you should pick a product, app, system, game that you know a lot about, you've personally used, or you just know so much about it that you could speak to it. Others would benefit you from your experience and expertise, and then you narrow down by clicking on it, and this is going to look super simple. It's going to be the same list with something narrowed down. Even if you think, I know already what I want to work on, I still want you to come up with a list of 10 things that you could write about, because sometimes you think an idea is going to pan out and it doesn't. Sometimes the best idea isn't necessarily the first one that pops in your mind. So I really want you to have a lot that you would be able to consider. All right, so that is the overview and the steps 1 through 3. Get started, and I expect that to be done tomorrow. Good luck.